I wonder why. All right. What about now? What about now? You're new, Charles? Thank you. Cool. Yeah, so I think I'm going to do a general reading real quick, and a few people will probably show up in, like, I got the Hierophant. That is a person of great knowledge. It's a wisdom keeper. The Knight of Swords would be an air sign, so like an Aries. Well, I mean, Aries actually is water. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Oh, but the Six of Swords is information coming in. It's an emotional journey. Now, remember, I'm reading for all the earth signs. So that would be Taurus, Capricorn. Um, God, Krista, think. I can't even make myself think right. Taurus, a Capricorn, not a Sagittarius, but a Libra is air. Um, hmm. Anyways, we'll figure it out. The death card shows up, which is always a new beginning, especially because the Ace of Swords is with it. That is something that is happening really quick within the next week, and it's fast. Something's going to happen fast with fury because it's the Ace of Wands. It's fire. And it also represents that time frame. So there is a devil in the dealing. So any of you Capricorns out there, if you're listening, or any of you Earth signs, you Tauruses, you guys, here's the deal. Um, you gotta get straight. Like, you can't have the devil in the details. You got to have your right frame of mind. You have to be in the right frame of mind, and you have to be that way. You can draw people in that are in the same mindset as you. If you are in a mindset of, say you're in a mindset of addiction, and people will come to you that are in that mindset. Oh, you're in the mindset, say you feel bad about finances, and you just can't get out of that mindset. You'll have more things to worry about financially coming to you. So you have to be in a clearer state of mind, right? You can't be like, oh man, love sucks. I have a shitty love life. Nothing ever goes right, while you're out looking for love, because then you'll have more relationships that never turn out right. See what I'm saying? So it's all of the energy. Let's see. Ah, my animals. That's another thing that happened when I had my awakening. I learned to communicate with animals, and um they all have different personalities like we do. Like, one will be real dingy and what's going on, guys? What to do? Like they make fun of in the movies for real. And one will be like real smart. Like, so if you have an animal that lives outside, that's your pet, but lives outside and is always in the woods and stuff, that animal, I bet you can communicate with that animal. That animal's with the earth. That's how you make a connection. And if you want to see something spiritual on the other side, go to the country. Go to the country. Go into the woods. Sit down and clear your mind. Go into imagination land. Imagine you're somewhere comfortable where you want to be. When you open your eyes from that meditation point, you will be in like peripheral vision. You can see everything in the peripheral. I have seen all kinds of stuff from peripheral vision, which, hey, I got a bunch of stuff on video. I just got to pull it up, guys. I got to figure out how to get it off my old phone. The phone is so decrepit. My husband bought it for me uh the second year we were married. He's been gone 4 years, so that was like 6 years ago. I stopped using it. I only use it for my camera. But dude, I've got an energy coming swirl in at me. Stop right here and then go and shoot off. And I showed my mom that, and my mom first she was like, "Oh, that's because we live in the country. That's fog." I said, "Mom, that was not fog. Fog's not intelligent like that. Fog comes up from the bottom, not yeah." I don't know. It was funny, but yeah, I've seen all kinds of stuff. I've seen the black things like an animal. It looks like an animal would just come up out of the ground, take off. Um, and it's just through meditation that you can do this. What you do is you activate DMT when you meditate and you have a spiritual experience. If you can feel that fluid go up your spine, that is the water that you're supposed to be washed in. When God said that you have to be, the only thing you have to do to get into the gates of heaven is be washed in the water. Well, every time you meditate and you do this, the water, you actually activate it. You feel the energy and it goes up your spine, right? And we have 32 vertebrae, and Jesus was 32. Okay, so that all connects, and the gate right here, when it shoots up there, it like, I don't know, it activates like a motor, it vibrates. And then you'll feel this tingling, and information comes in like packets, like downloads. And the cool thing is that's the gate of heaven because that's the flow state. That's the flow state that Einstein talked about. That's the flow state that Tesla talked about. One of them talked about getting their information from, the sleeping prophet. Ed is it Edward Casey. He he would sleep with a book under his pillow. So cool. I like your name, Charles Dickens. I figured you was a huge fan of Dickens. I need something to drink, guys. I hope everybody's ready for Christmas. I think I'll be nice. I think we've been tricked into worshiping Christmas for a different reason. The more I've studied about it, guys, I was raised Catholic, so when I say this stuff, I'm telling you, I was raised a totally way to believe that, oh, Christmas is Christmas, Thanksgiving, oh, we celebrate, oh, yes, and all the traditions, right? And I believed there was a sky daddy. But then I learned that it's inside. You go inside to find that God consciousness, and it's a loving frequency. It's the most, if you do it, it's the most love you have ever felt in your entire life. That space is more real than this reality. I have astral projected so many times. When I was little, I did it, and people thought I was crazy, and I thought everybody did it because I was a kid. Like, I did it. So everybody did it. See, I believe canceling Christmas because, okay, the tree actually is brought in for spirits that are evil. And the candle, lighting the candles, even represents something uh, to do with witchcraft. But the tree is so the spirits can live in a warm place for the winter. And it was supposedly the, whoops, the fairy tale is, or the mythology of it is evil spirits. But see, what they tell you, like they tell you, be careful, the devil will get you. So what is the devil? I believe it's energy. I believe it's good energy and bad energy. Because if you have negative energy, right, you feel like crap. Your life turns to crap. Everything is hell in a sense. But if you have good energy, your life turns around. You draw in good people. Your frequency raises. Your health changes. Kelly, do you like Dickens? Yes, you are correct. I'm so sorry about your son, though. I hate loss. But when Derek was there telling me he was very much alive, I was glad that we go on. And it made me like it was the most love, oh my God, that I'd ever felt in my life. Woo. But I felt betrayed. I felt like, wow, they lied to us. The church lied to us. They made us believe, like we believed, what a preacher was telling us. I guarantee you are. Listen, it's been 4 years since my husband passed, and today I was sitting here thinking about, missing him for Christmas. I'm single, and which I have all my family and I love them dearly, but sometimes it's hard. So I totally understand. I'm sorry. I'm kind of crying for you. I bet it's hard. I couldn't imagine dealing with the loss of a child. I am lucky, so lucky that I have my grandchildren with me because I rescued them from hell, and it was the hardest thing I could have ever done in my life. Jesus. Sorry. If there's any religious people out there, sorry I said that. But I mean, I try to respect religious people, but I'm I'm spiritual and I know that we have been duped. They lied to us about what God really is, and they did that on purpose so that we would be lost. And whoever controls your mind controls your soul. And so that's why on the news you see fear and hate and anger and divide. It's all a plan. So if you think in terms of good energy is God, bad energy is evil, devil, then I think you can get closer to God that way because we are energy. That was so evident. I mean, even my 13-year-old son said, "Oh my gosh, Mom, Derek felt so good." That was his stepson. That was his stepdad. You know, my granddaughter, she was too. She was waving at him and blowing kisses. Derek feels so good, Mimi. And he did, man. And he was telling me that everything we were told was a lie and that we are basically avatars and that we control from up here. I'm telling you, it changed my life. My ears still are not the same because he shot my body out. Which reminds me, I get to babbling, guys. So, I wish you the best too. And I hope everything works out for you. And, I think that when it comes to loss, if we just know that this is temporary, this is death, that's life. That's one thing he told me. He was like, I'm very much alive. I had taken pictures, y'all. I'm ashamed to admit that of him in the casket. And he told me to get rid of those pictures right off, first thing. I said, why? He said, you're very much. And oh, Charles will be back. He said, I'm very much alive. And I felt it. I felt that love. I felt his pain. He said he felt the pain he put me through my eyes, and that was judgment. So we judge ourselves basically. We see a story of what we've done to people and how things have went down. That's what we see. And so that was interesting. Very, very interesting. And it led me to understand that the Bible, where it says there's scrolls of heaven, So the energy I felt from him was love. I felt the energy of fear and anger. So there's levels, there's layers of life that they lie about. Everything is fake. It really is. Hey, I've sat here though and thought about what if we are in a spaceship? I've just thought about it, guys. I'm not crazy. This is just thinking. What if we're in a giant spaceship hurtling through space in stasis pods? And when we wake up, all this will have been a dream. What if that's what it is? So, I really hate it that he left. Well, I want to send Charles the best love, man. The best healing love. Dude, I'm dealing with a lot of loss, you know? It's crazy how many people in my family, which, whatever, loss for me, I feel is a little different because I look at death differently. I feel like it's a curse, like a spell that they have on us. That when we grieve, there's something that is achieved negatively through that. And that's why I feel like the Bible says we should mourn a birth and celebrate a death. I believe that's why it says that, because this is hell. Like that's the only thing that makes sense to me. So, and to imagine that our family members are not suffering anymore, like, you know, who knows? They probably got castles over there. If they want flat screen TVs, they can. Like they can do what they want over there. Okay, so one night I had been up for almost 24 hours because we had the ice storm, and my parents are elderly, and we were blocked in the driveway, and I had to go out and cut wood and stuff, and I was up early in the morning, and I didn't sleep good. So I wasn't a straight up. It was I would go to bed, but I'd wake up because we were heating with these different gas heaters with the tanks, little tanks, and I was afraid, because of all the kids and my parents, and so I was up all night. I got really, really tired the next day, and I was like, I'm gonna sleep good tonight. So I was sitting there and I took my jeans off and I was dancing, right? I was trying to wind down and I was doing this little dance and I turned around and I threw my clothes in the dirty clothes and my first late husband was standing there smoking a cigarette. I jumped and screamed. And it was quiet in the house because we had no electricity and the kids heard me. Well, they already knew about that stuff because Derek had passed and they seen him. So it was no big deal. Oh, cool. Your whoopies. Oh, it's okay. It's okay about Kelly. Well, anyways, here's my story. So that was the first time I learned that chaos energy, like, woo, dancing, the tribes, when the Indians would get around and dance and talk to the spirits, the medicine people, that shit's real. So when I got scared though and went and screamed, he was gone. So, but I got to thinking he was smoking a cigarette, dude. Well, I went into meditation. Where that happened to me, I have worked on it and worked on it, so I can go into meditation. I can light a candle. I can shut the lights off. It's really good to do it around midnight because the veil is starting to thin. The best time is 3:15 a.m. on the dot. They come. It's like a gate opens and phew, they come through. Um, Dr. Raymond Moody, he's dead now. God rest his soul, was awesome. His research on see the dead. He did an experiment that he in one of those tombs or wherever, they had a mirror in there. But the way the room was set up, light would come in and reflect off that mirror, but it was still kind of dark. And it was a room, from what they had depicted off of the hieroglyphs, it was a room for speaking with people that had crossed over. Oh my God, I read that study. And so that's what prompted me to do that night. When Mike did that, I knew he was trying to communicate with me. Now, my first husband was in 101st Airborne in Iraq. He told me that that thing was shady. He already had lost his platoon. They had to do things to children they should have never had to do because these kids come strapped with bombs. It was horrible, horrible stuff. And he was telling me, Krista, it, it's not what you think. He said they can control your thoughts. They have technology. He put the thought in my mind of controlling my thoughts, and I froze. Well, when I had seen his reflection through the mirror, because what you do is you put a candle in front of a reflection like a mirror or a window, I seen him playing cards with my other husband. That was both of my husbands are dead, my first and second. Now, while they were playing cards and hanging out, I was like, wow, this is nuts. I read and researched that the reason that they do that is to make it more comfortable for you. Because the more things are like the reality that you are programmed to see and believe, the more information you will get from someone that's crossed over. And it's very important. If somebody is crossing over to talk to you, it's not because you will know if it's evil. You'll feel it. Okay. It's not because, oh, it's the devil, it's Satan. No, you need to listen to that stuff. You need to be like, hey, mom, what are you trying to tell me? you know, mom's probably going to tell you everything's going to be okay and she's got your back and she'll be right there. I've already been told by family members that when they go, they're going to come back and haunt me. And I don't know. I've already had a few of them do it. So why not bring it on? Everybody come on. But yeah, it's a learning experience. I feel like Mike was telling me that they got technology out of Iraq, which I did find out that they are so rich in minerals that they could just scrape the ground and have enough minerals to go create, if they had the knowledge, to go create a freaking iPhone. Okay. That's how rich and vast their grounds are. So the thing is, I guess there was looking glass, not looking glass technology, but some kind of technology for, um, I think it had something to do with the DNA. I don't want to say that again because I don't want to get in trouble. YouTube is picky. We love, we love suppression of speech. I don't know. I think that it's all for a goal. Like there's an agenda. And I never thought this way until 4 years ago when my second husband passed. Now, when my first husband passed, I had a seizure because I found out he killed himself. He was the one that was a soldier. And I had woke up in the middle of the night when he shot himself anyways. I thought somebody was shooting a gun on my property. He was in Texas when he killed himself. I was in Ohio. So that day when I had really confirmed it, I hit the floor and it was like he was telling me, his message to me was, Krista, it's not what you think. Everything is not what you think. You need to go back and relearn and relearn our history, find out where we came from. So I did. And you know that the story about the cave when our soul is split in two, Plato's cave, the blue cave or the red cave, that's what it was. And we were split. Our soul was split in two. And that was the beginning of them messing with our genetics, I think. And I believe that they have continued to do it to keep us from God. That's what I think. So I believe if if you let the things, the crappy things of this world get you down, I don't know, guys. I don't want to come back here again. When I'm done here, I'm leaving. I'm going to Pluto or something, or Venus, or Mars, or Jupiter. I don't know. I'm gonna go where the cat people are, huh, honey? Hun, hun, hun. Let's go where the cat people are. He's so beautiful. I wish he would just like show his face to you guys. He's so pretty. So, anyways, yeah, my heart chakra lit up. My this spun every time someone from crossing over shows up. That's what they do to me, and it just whoo. Now Derek was the last person. It was 3 years ago, but he opened the door to a lot of paranormal stuff, and I see crap all the time, man. My dog sees stuff, and I know what she's seeing. It's like an iridescent thing. Like if you guys hang out in any country setting, you can tell the difference. The reason why is because in the city you have like a concrete background, right? But in the country you have maybe a little hill here, a hill going up this way, a stream right here, a tree. There's different backgrounds. So if you can take and look at the corner of an object and stare at it, even the corner of a hill, the corner. You see what I'm saying? You can open your peripheral vision. You can see stuff in there. The different landscapes, you can see stuff there. Different fractions of light. If you sit in a driveway at night, say your carport has one frame of light, but you go sit kind of in the shadows, you will see all kinds of stuff that you never thought. If you get a night vision camera, it doesn't matter how expensive. It needs to be kind of good though. Get a night vision camera and run it outside. You will be shocked at what you pick up on that camera. Just saying. I love how life is not what it seems because now it all makes sense. Like it never made sense before, but now it does. Human Venus sounds like fun. Yeah, I know. Um, Another thing I like to do is that creation tone during meditation. The if you do that, you feel that like vibrate your whole body. And if you do it when you're outside, like they were, I'm telling you, those Indians and all them people, they were on to something, dude. They were on to something. I've studied the Emerald Tablets. The Emerald Tablets is a great one. It's got a seance or something. I don't want to say seance, not a seance. It's a meditation. But you draw a circle of so many feet around you and you get in that circle. And I'm telling you, if you really clear your mind and really open your energy up and follow what that says, your light body will shoot out. That's one of the first things I was wanting to do after that happened with Derek because he shot my body out, and I was like, by God, I'm going to do it myself. Cool. See, then you know what I'm talking about. There's stuff everywhere, man. I mean, even my dad come in from walking the dog one night and was like, "Hey, I heard something that I've never heard before." That's another thing that Derek had told me that because of where we are in the galaxy, say we're going through the eye of our Milky Way galaxy and it's changing our atmosphere. But as is happening, planets are squaring up around us. And that frequency is having an effect on us, right? In our atmosphere. It's by design, though, because it brings in certain frequencies to us. We upgrade, we actually change biologically by frequencies from outer space. So, um, when they say we are stardust, we are stardust. There's Sonny. He said, I need to get Mama a kiss. Hmm. Get my son man in the sun band. Anybody else sing to their animals? Okay, now that's not acceptable. All right, guys. I think wrapping presents. Leave the chickens where they sleep. Uh, well, I didn't get many questions. Does anybody have any questions that they want me to ask the tarot or any questions at all? Maybe Sunny can answer some questions. Okay. All right, then. I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to process. Anyways, so you got your root chakra. That's matters of earthly matters, material matters. The chakra right above it, which is orange, it's right here below your belly button, is orange. That would be your passion, desire, sexual energy. Then you have the yellow one, which is right here below your rib cage. That is your action, creativity, um, things like that. This is matters of the heart. Green is your heart. If you spiral green in your heart and fill it with love and imagine it shooting through your body, you'll activate your chakras. This is blue. You can spin blue here or imagine blue spinning here. It will help you always speak your voice. You will never, ever, once you open your uh, chakra energy, once you open it and start clearing out the negative things, okay, you start to balance things out. You'll start speaking your voice. You'll never leave a conversation saying, I wish I would have said this or that, because you've activated it. You also activate your Godhead. It shoots up, it tingles up here. Your pineal gland actually releases DMT. When the spinal fluid goes up, it tickles these little hairs on your pineal gland, releases DMT, and you have a spiritual trip. It's nice. It's really nice. I always thought, okay, you tell me there's a God, where is it? I don't believe until something miraculous happens. And it did. And that's how. So, but I believe everybody has a purpose. And there were people that played their part in that. God raised who he said he was going to raise, the ones that we least expect. So, here you have it, guys. Psychic soul senses. Woo! Anyways, I hope everybody has a great holiday. I don't know how the schedule is going to go with the channel because of Christmas coming up. I wanted to do a Thursday stream where I can invite people up and we can talk about a different subject having to do with spirituality. I will always talk about my shared death experiences because God told me to. Um, so I do have to do that because he told me I should show my experience so I can teach people how I found God, so they can try to find God in here for themselves. Not out there. But all right, Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year. I'll see you guys before New Year's. Everybody have a great night and thank you for coming. And I hope you enjoyed the stream. And Dickens, Charles, if you ever go back and look at the stream, sir, I wish you many, many blessings of healing love. Good night.